Hello, babe. Where are you? I thought you said that you wanted to go out tonight.
Huh? Yeah, I did. That's why I'm currently out right now.
Wait, what do you mean you're already out?
I mean exactly what I said. I'm already out.
But I thought we were going out together. That's what you said, isn't it?
No, I said that I wanted to go out. Me. I never said anything about you coming with me. Why would I want that? I'm actually trying to have fun tonight, so why would I bring you along?
What? But I thought that seeing as we haven't actually done anything as a couple lately, it would have been nice for the both of us to go out and enjoy some quality time together. Are you trying to say that you don't think I'm any fun? Is that why you didn't want me to come out with you?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But how can you say that? I thought that we had fun together, that you enjoyed being with me.
Yeah, well, guess I'm just good at lying then, huh?
What do you mean? I really don't understand what you're on about.
I mean that I've never really found you that interesting or fun to be around. I've been faking it this entire time.
Wait, what? That can't be true. I mean, why would you want to be with me if you didn't like me? Why would you marry me if you thought that I was boring and dull?
Are you really that dense? I married you for the money, of course.
My money?
Yeah, when we first met, I really didn't think you were anything special. But then you took me back to your house and introduced me to your parents, and I knew that I had to stick around, at least for a little while. Your house alone just screamed rich. I'd have been an idiot to pass that opportunity up.
Are you kidding me? You seriously only married me so that you could have my money? What kind of horrible, sick person does that?
Hey, you'd have done the same if the roles were reversed.
No, I wouldn't have.
So you're honestly telling me that if I were rich and you were poor, you wouldn't have stuck around and married me just for my money? Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
I wouldn't have. If I hadn't felt any feelings for you and I thought that our relationship wouldn't work, then no. I wouldn't have stuck around even if you were a billionaire.
Of course you wouldn't have. Look, there's no point in lying and trying to pretend to be the bigger person here. I know you'd have done the same. Anyone who has the chance to live comfortably with money will do whatever it takes to make it happen. It just so happened that my chance to live the life I wanted came in the form of marrying you. It kinda sucks that for the last 20 years, though, I've still had to work. I mean, I hope that your parents would have kicked the bucket years ago. But I guess it doesn't matter now. You've inherited their wealth, so it's all worked out.
You're actually kidding me, right? Are you seriously telling me right now that you're glad that my parents are dead? You're so heartless that you don't even care that two of the most important people in my life have died? All you care about is the money they left me?
Actually, it's the money that they left us.
What?
Well, I am legally your husband, so by the law, what's yours is mine, and all that, you know? We split everything 50-50, which includes your inheritance. Speaking of which, now that you've finally been given the money that I've been waiting for, there's something that I want to tell you.
What's that then?
I want a divorce.
A divorce, huh?
Yep, I've already filed for one with my lawyers. You'll be getting the paperwork through any day now. I've been wanting one for quite a while now, but thought that it would be better to wait for the most opportune moment, you know, when you finally have some money.
So I'm guessing you've had this all planned out for years then? I'm surprised you didn't just push my parents down some stairs to get their inheritance sooner.
Jeez, don't make me sound like the bad guy here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I offend you with that comment? How rude of me.
See? This is one of the reasons why I can't wait to be rid of you. You're always so sarcastic and whiny. Who would ever actually want to be with someone like that? I'm just thankful that I'll be able to just take my money and then go spend the rest of my life with Marissa.
Marissa?
Yup. Bet you didn't know about her, huh? She's my girlfriend. We've been seeing each other for a few months now. That was kind of the perfect timing with your mom passing away because Marissa was actually going on at me about getting our own place and everything. Now, with the money your parents left you as inheritance, I'll actually be able to do that. So, thanks.
This just keeps on getting better and better. You only married me so that for the last 20 years, you could make sure that you would be around to take advantage of my inheritance when my parents pass on. And now you're going to use my inheritance to buy you and your girlfriend, who you've been cheating on me with, a new house. Did I cover everything?
Well, yeah, I guess. You're making it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. At the end of the day, when two people don't work out, they should just go their separate ways.
We'll see about that.
Huh? What do you mean? Are you trying to make threats? Because it really isn't your style. They're not very effective at all. You're not gonna scare me or anything, so stop being so pathetic and get over it. I'm gonna have half of your inheritance happening, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. That's what I deserve anyway for putting up with you for 20 years. Anyway, Marissa's getting annoyed, so I've gotta go. I tell you that we're out celebrating because we finally found a house we like. We put a deposit down already thanks to the money I'll be getting off of you, so now we're just gonna finalize the rest of the payments.
And what about our house? You know, the one that we've lived in for the last 20 years of our life?
I don't care about it, to be honest. It's a pile of rubbish and it's falling apart anyway. So you can do whatever you want with that heap of bricks. It's not my problem anymore.
So, are you seriously saying that I'm going to have to pay the mortgage off all by myself? You can't do that. It's a joint thing.
Actually, thanks for reminding me. I'll need to take my name off the mortgage and put it all in your name. That way I won't be burdened by that place.
Fine. If that's how you want to do things, then I'll happily agree to have the house in my name, if it means that I never have to have anything to do with you ever again.
Great, we'll do it tomorrow then. Can't wait to get rid of you out of every corner of my life.
I was just about to say the same thing to you.
Hey, Jill, just texting to let you know that I can't wait to walk out of this court with your money. It's gonna be hilarious to see your face when the judge declares half of your inheritance is mine.
You seem pretty confident that you'll be getting my money.
Why shouldn't I be? It's gonna be the easiest payday I've ever had.
You just keep thinking that.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I guess you'll just have to wait and see.
What the hell, Jill? What even was that? What happened in there? I honestly don't understand. How could you not have told me?
Told you what?
Don't try acting all coy and innocent with me. You know exactly what I'm on about. How could you not have told me that you didn't even have the inheritance yet? You let me go on and on about leaving you and taking all of your money. It made me look like an idiot. If I'd known that you hadn't actually collected the inheritance yet, that it wasn't actually in your name, I never would have started this divorce. I would have waited.
Yeah, I know. You were so right, though. It was definitely hilarious to see your face when the judge told you that you wouldn't be getting half of my inheritance, as it wasn't legally mine yet, lol. And it was even better when she said that you'd actually have to pay me compensation, as you had cheated on me. I don't think this divorce could have gone any better, lol.
That's another thing. How could you do that to me? Taking my money like that? I've worked so hard to earn what I have, and now you just get, like, half of it? Simply because a judge said so?
Actually, it was because you cheated on me.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not right or fair.
Well, you'll just have to deal with it, like I've had to deal with you for the last 2 decades. You want to know what's really ironic about it all?
What?
I was actually going to ask you for a divorce before you started all of this.
What? Why?
Well, it wasn't because I didn't love you, although I don't anymore. It's actually because that was what my mom and dad stipulated in their will if I wanted to get my inheritance.
What? What do you mean? They wanted you to divorce me just so you could get what they left you?
Yep, they said in their will that if I wanted even a single dollar for my inheritance, then I'd have to divorce you. I thought it was kind of cruel at the time, and I was going to talk to you about it, but then you sprung up the fact that you were only with me for my money. I guess my parents knew you better than I did. They never really did warm up to you, and now I know why. They must have seen that you were nothing but a cold-hearted, gold-digging loser, that I could do so much better than you. The funny thing is, now that I've finally gotten rid of you, I can actually go and enjoy my inheritance in any way that I want, without having to give you a single penny of it.
That's not fair. I was with you for 20 years. I should get half of that money. Give it to me. I got a new house to pay for. Don't you know?
Well, that's your problem, not mine. I've got my own house already.
Actually, I think you'll find that I own half of that house, and I'm gonna sell it to get the money for my new one. What are you gonna do about that, huh? You'll be out on the streets.
Are you really that stupid? Have you forgotten that you signed the mortgage over to me? The house is fully in my name now. You don't own anything. In fact, if I remember right, you said that I could do whatever I wanted with this heap of bricks. You didn't care about it.
Wait, but hang on.
Sucks for you. Looks like you'll be paying a new mortgage for a very long time. Meanwhile, mine is almost paid off, and with my new inheritance, I'll be able to fix any of the problems that have popped up and getting it looking as good as new. I think things are really looking up for me.
Jill, wait, maybe we can work something out. We were married for 20 years after all.
I'm afraid you've burned that bridge well and truly to the ground. I don't care for you anymore, and I'm definitely not going to give you my money when you've been so vile to me. You can go and deal with the mess you've gotten yourself into by yourself. Hey, if your new girlfriend's so great, maybe she can help you out.
She stumped me. Once she heard that we weren't gonna be getting your inheritance, she told me that she didn't love me and she left.
Huh. Sucks to be used for your money, doesn't it? But like I said, it's not my problem anymore. You'll have to figure your own life out. Anyway, I've got things to do and a new life to live, so please don't message me again. I don't ever want to hear from you ever again. Goodbye. After the divorce, I used my inheritance to fix up my old house, just like I said I would. It didn't cost too much, and once it was done, I decided to sell the house and use the money I got from it, which was quite a lot with all of the new upgrades added in, and move somewhere new. I wanted a fresh start in life, and because I had the money from the sale and my inheritance, I was able to get a nice apartment overlooking the sea. My life is definitely much better now that I don't have a leech constantly hanging off of me. Speaking of Philip, the last I heard was that he was unable to back out of the deal on his new house, and that he is working overtime just to be able to meet the monthly mortgage payments. Just goes to show, karma will always get those who deserve it.
Alice, I really need to speak to you. Like, right now.
Hey, Mom. I'm at work at the minute. Can this wait?
No, it can't wait. I need to speak to you right now, so you need to make some time so that we can talk.
Look, give me 5 minutes and I might be able to talk for a little bit.
Well, hurry. It's important.
Okay, I managed to take my break early so I can talk for about 30 minutes. What's so important that it couldn't wait?
You know your sister?
Yes, I do know Charlie. Funnily enough, I've known my sister for all of my life.
This isn't the time for you to be funny.
Geez, okay, what's wrong?
Well, you know that Charlie and George have been going through a bit of a rough patch?
I wouldn't call Charlie cheating on her husband for ages a bit of a rough patch.
That's not important. Anyway, they've split up.
Well, I think I could have guessed that. I just feel sad for Daisy. It can't be easy for that little girl to be dealing with all of this whilst her parents go through a divorce. Not to mention that Charlie is making George fight to even be allowed to see her. I mean, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. She's the one who cheated on him, and yet he's the one who has to fight for the right to see his daughter with the courts? It's ridiculous.
Your sister is divorcing this man, and yet you're rooting for him? You should be supporting your sister and backing her up, not George. Where's your family loyalty?
Where's Charlie's? She had a family with George and they had a little girl to take care of. And yet she decided to go off and cheat with her coworker? That's not okay. Did she not think of her daughter and how her actions would affect other people? I mean, not only was her family affected, but our entire family and George's was too. Charlie has single-handedly ruined many people's lives, and she's working her utmost hardest to destroy her own daughters as well.
How can you say that? Honestly, I don't know what's gotten into you.
You have to admit that Charlie is one of the most selfish people you have ever met. She doesn't care about anyone but herself, and she will do whatever she wants to do, no matter how it might affect others.
She's a strong-minded woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I need you to take Daisy for a while.
Huh? What do you mean?
Charlie's daughter, your niece, I need you to take care of her.
But why?
Well, just like you say, Charlie and George are going through a pretty rough divorce. At the minute, Charlie has full custody of Daisy and she wants to keep it that way. But she really needs a break, so she's going to go on a mini vacation and she needs you to watch her daughter for her.
But she's in the middle of divorce proceedings? She can't go away, can she?
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Why can't you look after her?
Well, Charlie did ask me to, but I just don't have the time nor the patience to deal with the kid. I like being able to do what I want to do, especially now that I don't have to deal with you or your sister anymore. It's nice to be free from the responsibility of children.
So then, why are you asking me to do this? You know that I don't want children at all. I mean, I love Daisy with all of my heart, but I'm not mother material. I don't know how to look after a kid.
Well, you better learn how to look after one, and quickly, because I'll be dropping her off later this evening.
What?
Anyway, you better get back to work. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Wait. Charlie? What is going on? Why aren't you looking after your daughter yourself? Why is Mom giving her to me instead?
Oh, Alice. Yeah. I just don't have the time to look after her at the minute.
You're fighting to be her mother full-time, and you can't be bothered to look after her because you're, what, too tired? Fed up? Bored?
Look, looking after a child isn't easy. They constantly demand attention. They always need food and entertainment and just general care. It just, so annoying. I just need a little time away for myself.
I'm pretty sure that you can't leave to go on vacation when you're in the middle of a divorce, especially when it's going through the courts. You kind of need to show up and fight your case. Even more so when you're trying to gain custody of your child. You need to show the judge that you're responsible and that you are actually capable of looking after a kid. Which, surprise, surprise, means not ditching her and going on vacation.
Relax. Family courts like these ones generally always side with the mom in these things. I mean, it's only natural that a kid should stay with its mother. The dad almost never has a chance of getting custody. So I have nothing to worry about.
Charlie, this is serious. You can't just ditch Daisy with me and leave. Now, it's 6:30, so George will be getting to your home any minute now.
What? Why?
Because I told him to go to yours, and to pick Daisy up from Mom's house on the way. He is going to collect some clothes for her and look after her whilst you're away.
What? No! I don't want that to happen. There was a reason why I wanted you to take her and not him.
Well, tough. He is her father, and he deserves to look after his kid if he needs to. Now, he's just texted me. Your husband and daughter have arrived. Open the door. Quickly.
I'm not inside.
Huh? What do you mean you're not inside?
I've already left for my holiday. There's no one in that house at the minute.
When will you be back?
Oh, I'm not sure. I've not been able to make up my mind, so I made the plane ticket one way. Depends how I'm feeling and stuff. I've been very stressed.
So, you just left? Just like that?
Well, yeah. It was easier instead of trying to include a kid to come on the trip with me. Cheaper, too. But now you've just gone and ruined everything by giving Daisy to her dad. I mean, honestly, what were you thinking? I've been trying to keep her away from him for a reason. I didn't want there to be any communication between them. If I'm going to be the one looking after Daisy, then she needs to get used to the fact that her dad will no longer be around. At all. It's either me or him.
How unfair is that on your daughter? She deserves to be able to spend time with both of her parents, regardless of if they are together or not. It should be up to Daisy alone whether she wants to see her dad. You can't decide that for her, especially considering that George has done nothing wrong and would never hurt his daughter, unlike you.
How on earth have I hurt my daughter?
Do you think it's easy for her to have to deal with divorcing parents? It's one of the hardest moments in her life, along with being caught in the middle of a custody battle. If you think that you could have dealt with something like this at the age of 9, then you are incredibly wrong.
She's young. She'll get over it.
Oh my God, Charlie, how can you be so cold and uncaring towards your own daughter?
Look, say what you want, but I'm not at home, so neither George nor Daisy can go into my home. Otherwise, I'll call the police and have him arrested. And that won't look good for him in court now, would it?
You are so cold-hearted. I think George has actually come out on top in all of this craziness.
Why is that?
Because he doesn't have to stay married to you anymore.
Ugh, whatever. Just stay out of my house.
Fine, I will. But you'll regret not being a better mom.
Oh, I'm so scared. Look, nothing you say or do is going to make any difference. The courts will still give me full custody because I'm Daisy's mother. Besides, no one wants to listen to you anyway. You're just a boring dud who people would actually rather never have to spend time with. I know me and Mom don't like spending time with you and your self-righteous attitude.
I see. Well then, sorry to have bored you both all of these years. I'll take myself away so that you don't have to deal with me any longer.
Great. Well, you can stop bothering me on my holiday now. I've got stuff I want to do, and it doesn't include talking to you.
Fine. Goodbye, Charlie. Try to make it back for the court hearing over Daisy's custody, will you?
Uh-huh. Whatever. What the hell, Alice? Why did you just do that?
Oh, hello, Charlie. Why did I just do what?
You just torpedoed any chance of me ever getting to see my daughter again. I mean, how could you do that to me?
I didn't do anything.
You told the judge that I went away on vacation without even arranging proper childcare for my daughter. And then you went on and told him that I refused to let her go into the house to get her clothes or her toys or anything.
Well, didn't you do exactly that?
Well, the judge didn't need to know that, did he? All you had to do was keep your mouth shut and let things go as they should have. I would have ended up with Daisy in my care, and that would have been the end of it. Plus, what was with you showing the judge all of those pictures of me going out and partying with my friends and drinking and stuff? That's just what people do. They have fun and unwind with their friends. It's not a crime.
No, it's not a crime. However, when you go out and party with your friends and don't arrange childcare, and your daughter ends up calling her dad to come and get her then, yeah, it is a crime.
She's 12 years old. She can look after herself.
It doesn't matter. Leaving her alone is still a crime. She might be old enough to understand how to make a sandwich and not burn the house down, but she is still a kid, and she shouldn't be left alone in a house where anything can happen. What would you have done if a burglar decided to break in and Daisy was left there all alone? Not to mention that knowing you would end up taking home strange men and spending the night with them, whilst Daisy was in the same house.
So? What's so bad about me having a little bit of fun? Especially now that I'm single.
Charlie, you have no clue who these men are or what they might do, especially with a kid in the house. It's not right.
Well, so what? Now I can't see her unless she wants to see me or unless I visit her with supervision. I'm not a child. I should be able to visit my daughter and have her stay with me without having to explain myself to anyone. But thanks to you, that's never going to happen now.
No, it's not going to happen. Not until you finally grow up and start taking responsibility for your life and actually thinking about how your actions have consequences. Daisy deserves to feel safe and loved, and that is something that her dad makes sure of.
Do you fancy George or something?
What?
Well, it seems to me that you can't stop singing his praises and thinking that he's the best man in the entire world. Only someone who is, like, in love with someone would honestly try sucking up to them that much. I mean, I always knew you had a thing for my husband. But to try and make a move on him when I've only just divorced him is ridiculous. Some sister you are.
Okay, first of all, I don't have a thing for George. I think of him like a brother. However, I know he is a much better parent than you will ever be, and Daisy deserves a parent who will be there for her through everything, who will put her needs and wants first, because that's what you need to do when you have a child. They become the number one priority, something that you clearly haven't learned. And secondly, I don't care if you like me as a sister or not. I've learnt my lesson with you, and I know that unless I do whatever you want and exactly what you say, then you won't like me anyway. So, I'd rather put all of my energy into making sure that Daisy is able to grow up safe and loved instead.
Well, that's just not fair. I'm your sister. You should put me first.
No.
No?
I know that you're not used to hearing that word, but yeah, I mean no. You're old enough to sort yourself out. I mean, honestly, I'm younger than you and I have my life together more than you do. You need to get yourself together, especially if you ever want to have a relationship with your daughter. She deserves a mother who actually wants to spend time with her and not just use her to get maintenance payments from her dad.
How did you...
It wasn't hard to guess what you were doing. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm taking Daisy and George out to celebrate. They're both finally able to relax and not have to worry about whatever crazy thing you're going to do next. Oh, and you don't have to worry about me trying to talk to you, or Mom, for that matter, anymore. I'm not going to bother. After all, no one wants to listen to what I have to say, do they?
Why, you...
See ya. After the custody hearing, I stopped talking to my mom and my sister altogether. They tried to blame me for the fact that I helped George gain full custody of his daughter. However, I would do it again if it meant that that little girl was loved and got to grow up in a safe environment. I see Daisy on a weekly basis and help George out when I can, as being a single dad is hard. Plus, I am her godmother. As for my sister, she eventually stopped trying to contact me, and she ended up moving states with a new guy she met in a club. Last I heard, though, the man ended up leaving her, meaning that she was stuck in a new state and is having to work at a diner in order to make enough money to move back. I'd feel sorry for her, but if she wants to act like a teenager, then that's up to her. I am very happy in my life, and I love spending time with my niece. I just hope that I'm able to be there for her through thick and thin.